In this course, you will learn how you can create websites like this with AI completely from beginning to the end. I will be covering you with the full process of creating videos like this, how to build websites like this visually in terms of AI prompting. I will give you exact prompts. And also, I will teach you how to sell that because many of you have been asking me, how do you actually sell that? How do you connect to the domains? How do you make an offer? So we'll be covering all of those stuff. But before that, let me just actually show that it is actually lovable sites. This is actually built with AI, built everything just by typing words, no design skill needed. Even the videos here in the background were created by AI without me designing it, without me prompting it or using After Effects. Everything here was also made responsive by AI. So I didn't make the navbar. I didn't ask it to do the positioning, the layout that it did for the mobile versions. It come up with everything, created these icons. I can literally change the icons based on the text if I'm building this website for another client, and it will do everything the same. This is the beauty of building and then selling the websites with AI, because it is very easily customizable and anyone without even the design or development experience can customize that. So it has also a lot of pages that you can also ask AI to create based on the style that you already provided. So once you have the style that you like, you can just prompt it as many times as you want to go ahead and try to build a new pages. There's also this website. As you can see, I built a tons of websites with AI. It's probably more than 1,000 now at this point. I've been building it for templates for selling. I also been building that for my own projects. And at this point, I can definitely tell you that this is the best way to build websites, because I've been in the design niche for the past 10 years. I know a lot about how to design good stuff, and this has been the best way. As you can see, all of this type of beautiful stuff were created by AI. So without further ado, let's get started, and we'll start with a simple prompt that I have here, which is basically a task for AI to create beautiful websites. I'm going to show you that this is very easy to do, and then we're going to go deep into how do you actually go from the beginning, how do you do that step by step, how do you sell that, how you create an AI website offer, and we'll do that. So this would work in any AI coding tool, whether you're using Lovable, whether you're using Figma Make, this would work. So just paste the prompt, and this prompt basically says, let's just send that, and I'm going to go through that so you kind of understand what works best in terms of getting you the best results from the single prompt. So I said, build a high fidelity production ready hero section for a SaaS product called Data Core. You can change the name to something else, and design styles is very important part. You don't want to miss this. So theme, dark mode, modern, clean, linear style aesthetics. You always wanted to select and give it a style to work with. Background, full screen background video with a black overlay. Background black 60 for text readability. And of course, you wanted to build responsive, and yeah, so then it's some tech stack. We have code requirements and then assets. So I provided a link to the video. Then we have a fallback poster for thumbnail, and then it's just layout, components, what I want to see on the hero section, the fonts and stuff like that. So let's wait and see what it comes back with. So as you can see, from just a single prompt, we've got this result. It built it using a single prompt. It is nothing complicated, and anyone can do this. Unlike Framer or Webflow, you would need to learn that for a month, and then you would need to have all of these assets to design with. You have to set up the fonts, the colors. You'd have to set up the mobile responsiveness, which in our case is already done. And this took us like 3 minutes and one prompt for Lovable to create it, which is the best way to build websites in this video. So hopefully by now you understand that this is possible, and covering and getting to know the workflows that I will be sharing in this video, knowing how to price, how to sell your job on Upwork, how to grow on social media, which I also want to be sharing with you, which I'm doing it currently on X to grow my account. And I worked out a 100% proven statistics and 100% proven way to grow on X, which I'll also be covering in this video. So stay tuned, and without further ado, let's get into the first part of this course, which is creating an actual offer. And for that, I'm going to be using a website in Lovable, which is agency website, and based on that, you kind of understand the offer, which would be very practical for you. So it's not just some abstract bullshit, but I'm going to teach you all of the important and practical stuff like I learned to myself. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the first module of the first lesson, and here we will be talking all about the offer, what you're offering, how you're offering, who are you offering it to, and when building websites, the main thing is the offer, and basically what you can provide clients for the price they're asking or for the price that you have. And here you can see the website. It's just an agency website that you can have access to in this platform that you're watching to. Just go to the template section and you can have access to. So you can have a first website for your agency, which we'll be covering next. But here, let's focus on what you can actually put on this website. There is section with pricing. So in order to figure out the pricing, first you have to have an offer. So the offer would be to create AI website. And what actually AI website is, it's not like WordPress theme. If I go to WordPress theme, it's not something that would actually look bad. It's not something that would be very boring, because we're not offering that, because clients can build something like this by themselves. What we're offering is high-end design websites. So something like this, and believe it or not, it was created 100% with AI. So all of these prompts were prompt here, and everything that you see here was created with AI. So AI website is not something bad, doesn't something that look bad. It's something that can look good, and something that if you watch everything that I will teach you, you can create that by yourself. And what is the one problem that you're solving to your clients? So the biggest problem is the quality and the design of how the website look like. They're not unique, they're not converting well, probably nothing special about them. And what you're solving is you providing design for a very competitive niche, and a lot of startup websites are bad, but like what you will build after you learn is high quality stuff for startups. You can provide very good quality design, and you don't even need to be a designer or a developer. You can create that just by taking few tips and using the resources, the techniques that I will be showing you today. So the next step will be to pick a one clear client. For my case, it is startups. I know a lot of you will focus on some simpler niches, especially if you're a beginner. You might want to focus on corporate pages, maybe constructions, or some beginner stuff like that. For me, I focus on startups, high-end websites. Agencies are also not that difficult, because I can have a competitive advantage with all of the resources that I have. As you can see, there are a lot of different templates that already exist that I can utilize and I can use to build AI websites. Lovable also has templates. So if I go to Lovable Dev, there are also templates that you can use again. So just don't be afraid to pick a niche that you have a lot of available resources to, and just go with that niche. And then once you pick the niche, what you can provide is a full website for them, done for your website, offer in one sentence. So just provide, like, write a sentence, what you can create them and what that includes. Any pages, like is it a landing page? Is it a multiple page website? A lot of these are multiple page websites. So you can take that and you can actually write all of the pages that are in that website. Like if you go here, you can see the work, services, about, blog, contact us. You should write down all of that they will receive and create like a product from that. Do not try to like custom scope and stuff like that. Those are very complicated to price and very complicated to deliver. But if you provide all of the pages that are already in this template, like if I preview it, you can see that there is contact, there is like you can even provide what can be included on each page. So as much as you can provide and what's included, which pages, which AI features, you should put like timelines, everything that can be possibly done, and as much as possibly you can write down. That would productize your service as much as possible, similar to Apple websites. They have everything that you need to buy. So it's like a product, it's not a service. That's why it's so popular. They have clear price, they have installment payment, they have highlights, everything that you get with this. So this is the biggest difference between like the product and the services that I used to do and that I've spent and wasted a lot of time building. But now what I'm telling you is, and what works for me is creating like a productized service and then selling that. Then you can spend all of your energy on spending that. And then once you have clear deliverables, you can go and create your pricing. So we'll be covering a lot about pricing later, but for now you can just take literally what is in this template and just apply this pricing for yourself, until we'll be covering the pricing, how you can price specific different niches and how you can apply your niche, and whether you're working with construction or startups or any other niche, medical, I'll show you how to price for all those niches. But for now, just use what I have here. So you can just like maybe put a little bit more if you're not a beginner. But if you're a beginner, this is created specifically for beginners. So like for a 5-page website, let's say if they need website and design and development, and usually you will ask them to add this add-on. I need help with content and I want to optimize my website for SEO, because who doesn't? So you just always need to ask client to check this both niches, and then you have 1700 or 1800 for a 5-page website, which you will do 100% with these templates that I will be showing you how to customize them, how to even give a preview for that. So I'll show you how you can create 2 examples and provide it to the client. So let's say we have a client who are building social media ads management agency, right? So Facebook ads management agency. So what we would do here is you would just open any of the templates, you would get the remix link for free here, and then you would start editing. So I'm going to remix this project. Let's remix this project here, and then I can start adjusting everything that I want. So let's say we have a project for change the content on this page is here a section only to apply for what we can do, Facebook. There is this website, let's say Fitbird. Let's say we're redesigning this this website. So we can say, of course, this site has a very good design, but like let's say your client doesn't really have design, but they have a offer that they do. So we can just say expert social media management from only, and yeah. So let's just send it and only change hero section. As for the icons, it is pretty easy to change as well. So what I can do is just go to free pick and I can say, let's say what kind of icons they have here. So Facebook icon, and we can say 3D as well to find something that would fit better. And also I can look at the style of icons that are in this project. So let's say, so grow your Facebook, you can see that it did very perfect. So let's just make the font size smaller, something like this, and let's just save it. And for the icons, you can see the white background looks great on that. So we can try to find something similar, and it's pretty straightforward. You can just say Facebook icon 3D white, something like that. You just don't have to be specific like that. I am a designer, so I prefer to be very particular icon that I like. But like if you just go with the first one, so let's say we have the first one, which is Facebook. Let's do this. Just gonna, I can download this for free. This is a free icon. You can download it, but I'm too lazy, so I'm just gonna use plugin to remove the background and then just copy it to Lovable and update it. We're going to update just one icon. I want to show you how easy it is to actually create a first draft of the website. Add this icon instead of calendar icon. In here section. And yeah, so I'm not sure if it's gonna get it, because this is actually not an icon, this is just an image. So I'm not sure if it's gonna update it. But yeah, so just like that, you can also update the logo of the client, and then basically you have a hero section that you can then record a screen very quickly with all of these animations. You can show the mobile responsiveness to the client. Of course, now it's not perfect. Then you can just save it, go to any website that can give you a mockup. So for now, I'm just going to use this one. Let's choose a laptop here. So we're just going to choose laptop, change, and we're just going to start over for this. By the way, I'm not sponsored by this website. It is paid, unfortunately, which is pretty cool. So that's why I'm using it. Let's just upload this here. And now we can add some background. Doesn't really matter which background you add for now. And yeah, you can just play and see For now, it's really no animation, but you can export and you can send it to a client. You can send 2 options for them to choose one, and you can move from there. Yeah, in the next session, we'll be covering more on how you can find those clients, how you can communicate with them, and stuff like that. In this video, I will be covering everything you need to know regarding on how to find clients for AI websites, how to build AI websites. We'll be covering the next video. Here is just basically how you can quickly find clients that will pay you a lot of money, and we'll be covering Twitter as well as Upwork for inbound and Twitter for outreach. Twitter will be for inbound. Clients will come to you. They will ask for your DMs. They will like if you can create posts like this that I will be also teaching you later in this course, and you can get very much leads for AI websites, and they know it's AI websites because you literally say it, and then you can charge a lot of money because you can provide it very quickly, and then they have all the ability to customize the website, because of course all AI websites are very, very easily customizable, and they can just customize it with text. So that's one big deal about that. And the second one will be for outbound, which will be reaching out to the clients. And here again, I will be covering everything you need to know on how to find good clients, how to set up your Upwork profile for 100% success. And basically with what I will show you, you can start earning money within the first month and within the first week even of creating Upwork profile. And that's just cheap projects. I'll show you how you can find clients that will pay you a few thousands dollars per website, because the biggest mindset shift that you can get right now is it is better to have 1 or 2 clients who pay you a lot than having like 10 or more clients that pay you like $300, $400, $500 per website. This was the biggest mind shift for me once I started to charge like a lot of money for a website, and not just working with 10 clients, but just working 1 client a month. And this is actually going to change your life. It's going to give you more freedom, and it's going to give you more ability to charge higher prices. So yeah, so for this, my choices are the Upwork and Twitter, but you can choose other platform where your customers are, whether it's in LinkedIn, whether it's YouTube, whether it's anything else that you think you can build content that you can take seriously that platform. Just choose 1 or 2 serious platform, and maybe it's for you doing local businesses, you can do Google Maps or something like that, and then just learn how to apply that. And in this course I will be covering these 2 platforms because I know how to use them. On Upwork I have more than 100,000 earned, and here I have more than 4,000 subscribers where I share content, share tips a lot. So yeah, since we have already the offer that we do, basically since we already created some idea on how to price our project, since we already have a website that you can that I showed you how you can get done in previous video, here it's now you have to create a simple AI offer or a simple AI message, basically what you can outreach and what you can offer to a client. So for me, it was just saying that, hey, I saw your website and I have a few ideas on how I can improve it, and just going over a Loom video explaining how I can do that. So let me just actually show you basically on a real example. So let's find an actual website. Maybe I can find something on Upwork. Let me see if I can find like a random thing. I would usually go to best matches here. I will cover Upwork more in depth in the later videos, but here I would of course go into best matches since these are a lot of better pricing and stuff like that. So if you're just starting out, you can go most recent and apply to all of them, but I would highly recommend just going to best matches here. And of course, after you fill out the profile, and I will be covering that in the next video, but for now it's just like I'll show you the 2 main ways that you can do this. So yeah, for the best matches, you can see that a lot of these are very good pricings. So this client has spent 300,000 on Upwork and has only 145 hires, which is great. So I would record a video for this, but it doesn't really have a lot of information. So for this, I want to find a client who has a lot of information on what they need to kind of show you how I would reach out to them and how would I talk about this. So yeah, this client has a lot of text. So what I would do is just click recording Loom video. I'm already recording. So let's say I would say, of course, I would be with camera because you want to do with camera. Client will trust you more. You want to have good lighting and stuff like that. So I would just say, hey, I just saw your job posting and I would decided to record this quick loom. I saw that you need a contract project based with long-term opportunity. That's exactly what I do. And initial budget engagement works for me. So you're working on designing digital platform and require an exceptional experienced Webflow developer who can take over immediate from a departing senior engineer. Urgent. Yeah, I have a lot of time to get started now. And yeah, let me just quickly go over the rest of your post. So everything works for me. Of course, I would just go more in details and read everything. And I would end by, let me know if you'd like to get in a quick call and we can discuss how we can work together. I would show some of the examples of my project, show my website if I have, and then I would just click apply now. And once that, I would scroll down. I would always charge by project. I would charge a little bit more than it is because, of course, the more price it is, the more a client feels that you're a premium provider, the more scarcity he has about you. But then you can lower the price to something like he placed, or we can describe this price in the call to make sure, like, to give him 100% wanting to work with you. So let's say we do this. And then I would actually just paste this. So my proposal would usually say, hi, this is exactly what I do for a living. So I actually recorded a video explaining how I do it. And this is the loom that I just recorded. Then I would just describe what I'm working with, that I work with a lot of Webflow and stuff websites. It doesn't matter that it says Webflow. You can 100 build your website in Lovable. Client usually 100% don't care. Of course, if you want to keep working with Webflow, that's your choice, or Framer or whatever. I work with Lovable, so clients don't really care where you build this. The main thing is that it looks good. And then we would just place a few links, portfolio, which is like if you don't have it, I allow you to take any of the templates that you have at Motion Sites and just change it, like update some images, update text, update maybe logos. And yeah, I allow you 100% to do it. This is not cheating because that's exactly what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be building websites from scratch for this project. You will be using this templates and you will be just customizing it. So that's exactly what you need to do. So go ahead, you can just take these images and you can even upload them to your Upwork profile. Don't be afraid to do it. You will not get banned. You will not get blocked. This is what I did in the beginning. This is what you can do as well. So you just find that you like and maybe just change a few things and then just update it on your Upwork profile. And then we just say, can you please share some websites of the design ideas that you like? So just end by asking a question. This will give you bigger probability of client answering. And then just, if you're a beginner, do not boost, but when you're a little bit of experience, just always boost your project. It puts you in first place, especially if you did record a video, if you did invest some time in it. So it is very important to boost it, to give client more chances of actually seeing your job. In the beginning, the strategy behind this is you want to send as much as possible of these proposals a day. So I'd say starting from 5 proposals a day and do it for a week or 2 weeks, something like that. And after 2 weeks, you can drop it to 3 proposals a day. And after a few months, you can drop it to 1 proposal a day. And just like me right now, I can do just like 1 proposal a month. As I've said, I work with 1 client a month, which is very high ticket. So I don't spend a lot of time on Upwork anymore. But like for you, I just say to you, start very like a lot of iterations, a lot of proposals, and then drop it month by month. That doesn't happen in 1 day or 1 week. But then once you're in the middle, you can boost very much. You can just boost as much as possible and you will get a lot of leads that you can then choose ones that you like and work with those that you like. And then you would just send it, and that would be your simple AI offer. So if you didn't understand what is AI offer, this is it. This is how you create an offer. This is how you price an offer. And the next step would be how to stop people who already need help. How to spot people who already need help, besides AI and stuff like that. So if it's you want to do, if you have a lot like Twitter account and someone reaches out to you and maybe asks for a redesign or stuff like that, you can check their website and you can basically see if a website is good or not, if it needs redesign and stuff like that. So for Twitter, there is also a simple technique that I will be showing you later in this course, but for now, it's just creating content on AI platforms. So there's a lot of AI platforms. I get DM'd every day for one of them. So let's say Orchid, for example. I don't really remember how it's written, but let's say there is like what kind of AI platforms there is. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of them. Just open my Twitter, and the Create Anything is one of the platform that allow you to build website. It's not that big. It has 20K, 29K subscribers, which means if you create content for them, they will likely repost it. So if you scroll down, you can see that they are reposting stuff of other people. And I scroll down, I see that they're reposting even more. That might be a co-founder, but they are, if you create something that looks nice, now they have some kind of thing going on, but they are reposting, so you can see that as long as you create content for them, they will repost it. And creating content on AI websites is really easy. You have to just follow a few of my tutorial on the last course where I covered how to build beautiful websites with AI, which allows you to build a beautiful website in 1 minute. So let's say I built something with Lovable. Let's say we have built this website, which is pretty easy if you follow the exact techniques that I will be covering. Also in this course, I will be covering that as well. Again, you can just record it and make a nice video of it. So just take a few seconds to record it. Then you can just save it, go to shots.com, just upload it here. Make sure that you select the template that looks nice, something like this. Click use. Let's just get rid of this. We can add some nice background. So like moving background, stuff like that. And then as you can see here, we have this beautiful video that you can say, I created this in Create Anything. So let's say I can just save it now and go to, I can copy the Create Anything stuff. Once you got that, you just click download it. And yeah, just go to Twitter and just say like post, upload this video and say, create it. This landing page with anything, put a heart, anyone, design beautiful websites with AI. Now use some like uppercase words to give it more enthusiasm, right? And then just post it and make it 2-3 posts and they will repost it. That's how you grow your Twitter account. Then go to comments, put your booking call, whatever your lead magnet is, and just start investing into Twitter, start investing to LinkedIn. This applies to every platform like that. And just do 1 or 2 or 3 posts like that per week starting, then try to do it as much as possible, 2 per day and stuff like that. And then just track it, put something in Google Sheet, just put whatever you're doing so you have that mental clearance of what you're going to, how successful you are. And yeah, that this is how it works. And in the next video, I will be covering more how you can start on Upwork and diving deep into how you can find great clients, how you can make sure that they pay good, how to make sure that you're not getting into projects that you don't want to work with. In this video, I will help you to have a greater conversation with your clients, and I will include some templates for questions, for clarifying some stuff, actual responses that I use in all of my projects. And I will also show you on the live use case of my communication with client. Here is his messages. I've removed the image from Upwork and just for privacy reasons. But yeah, we have here conversations, and I'm going to show you how exactly I communicate with that. Starting with a simple message that I said pretty much the same for all my projects that I do. And this was the hi, this is exactly what I do for a living. I actually recorded a video for you and explaining how I did that. And then we have this Loom video, which is basically me going over his job posting and explaining, seeing what he needs to have done there. So I would just basically go through what he does, and I would show my YouTube channel, show him like, hey, I actually help other designers and developers build websites with Framer or with Lovable, so I can definitely help you with that thing. Just show him that I have some kind of authority in that niche, that I have some experience in that niche, and then I would just focus more on his job posting after he knows that I'm not just some no-name or some beginner. I can go over the job post and just read it out loud. Nothing special, doesn't take a lot of stuff to record this video, just going over this, maybe showing some other examples of the websites that I did for other clients that are related to this. And this is the Loom video. And then I would just show like hi, the person you're looking for, I've success design and launch 50 plus websites. And here I just remove the links, but you would just paste the links. And then a question related to his job post. So he mentioned that he had some Illustrator file in design and he wanted to build that out. So I asked, can you please send the Illustrator file? Then he responded, "Hey Victor, thank you for your application. Are you able to provide an estimate how many hours were required to build my site?" So here I would give him it's like just a overview of estimate. Doesn't have to be. I think we agreed later after the call for 50 hours. So I just said 10 to get him in the door, but then it was like 50 hours that we agreed on, obviously after I saw the whole scope, the full pages. But your only task is to get on a call with him as soon as possible. So as you can see here, I asked him to get on a call with me, 15 to 30 minutes call to chat about your business and explore how we can work together. So this sentence is actually very important. You can just save it to your projects and just send it whenever you finish a sentence in Upwork, because it's very important. Hey, sounds good. I'll be online the next hours if you're around. I don't really like to get like, if you're around, I want to have a scheduled time for it. So I sent, you can select time available slot below and send him on Upwork. You have this ability to schedule a meeting. So he has chosen the time and then we started to work with it. And yeah, so also I'll show you some additional questions that you might ask on the call. So on the call itself, decide whether it's the UI, UX, email, or graphics. And then once you click on that, by the way, you have access to these and the link in the description for this module. And here you have all of the questions that you can ask on the call. So if you're building a website, you can ask, can you please specify the goal of the website? If you're building a landing page, you can specify the landing page. What do you like or dislike about current website? There is many different questions that you have access on. Just save it, and whenever you go on the call, just try to mention at least 3 or 4 of these questions. You don't have to ask all of them, but just like find the most interesting. You can also send it to ChatGPT and ask it to remix question specifically for the client's description that he has pasted on Upwork for the job, and make the questions a little bit more customized for specific clients. There is also this one, which is basically just another question. So they have, what are specific goals you're looking to achieve with this project? It has a little bit more questions and stuff like that are more kind of deeper than the previous one. Those are the previous shorter. So you can also use those to send on messages or using the calls. Also, there is a responses template, which is also really good. So whenever you start a project, you can use any of these. So in the beginning, you can say, hey, my name is, I'm designer at Upwork. Once he responded to you, you can just send those. Yeah, here's the message. I want to suggest booking a call to discuss your vision for the task. It will help us be on the same page from the very beginning of our work and move into the right direction. If you can't meet the customer's deadline or there is unrealistic from their side. So basically this describes different situations. This is in the process. Hi, thank you for your feedback. This is the what you can type once he give you feedback. I'll consider all your comments in my next update. This is just to actually simplify your life on Upwork, because if you have to think a lot about different stuff, how you respond, you will worry about that and you will mess up the situation just by typing something stupid or by saying something stupid. But since you have this system, the messaging system, the sales system here, you can simplify your life by ton just by having all of this stuff that you can reference and don't have to worry about details like this. So yeah, these are the process. Since your last feedback, please take a look at, let me know if the variance meets your requirements and vision. And did you manage to look through updates? If the client doesn't respond, you can just send this and just always end with a have a great day or stuff like that. Final, glad I managed to meet your needs. So just messages like that. And yeah, you'll have access to this in the link down in the description. In this module, we're going to be over of how to create a beautiful site with AI. And not just that, but we're going to cover the exact process of how to turn a website like this, basically very standard AI slope websites that any AI generator would do, into something that looks like this, with beautiful animation in the background, with beautiful interactive elements, with a nice island navigation. Then you can scroll down to see the pricing, and just compare how it looks different from what we have here, which is basic version and created in one prompt, and toward how it looks here, and also created just in a few prompts basically. As you can see, it is very small difference. It is all depending on how you go about creating this, what techniques do you use. And yeah, this is basically what I'm going to be covering in this module, and you will learn how to turn AI slop basic websites with gradients, with not cool pictures, with no animations, no motion, no depth, no hierarchy to the text. As you can see, there's a lot of different bad stuff going over with buttons here and stuff like that. I will show you how to turn that and how to make your website 10x better in just a 20 or so minutes. So yeah, let's start by creating an idea for our website. Let's choose something that we can design. Like for example, let's say I build a website for whatever topic. Let's choose a photography studio in, let's say, yeah, Italy, right? And let's just wait and see what it creates. So this is the first result that we've got, and what it is called, actually it is AI slop. This is what AI slop looks like, and this is what will not convert any users. This will not like satisfy any of your clients. This will not bring any results at all, because this is just like a WordPress template that is not actually that great. Yeah, for some of you who are not designers, or for some of you who have never designed a website in your life, this might actually look like something, wow, did AI just created this? Studio di Fotografia, Arte Italiana, it created some creative text. It has this hover effects that might look nice, but actually this is very outdated. But honestly, like for Italian market, I think this might actually work. That like their website pretty bad. But if you wanted to create something that would be actually useful to your clients, this is very bad. Let's look at the mobile version as well. As you can see, the mobile version is like created. It created it from the first prompt, obviously, since this is like a base template. But otherwise, it didn't create navbar and stuff like that for the mobile version, and it looks very average. There are a few ways that we're going to be covering on how you can improve that. And the first one is actually going to the website called Seesaw, and here you can have a lot of different websites that you can take inspiration from. So basically, they have very, very beautiful website that were designed by professional, not by some noobs like a lot of people watching this, but by designers who've been designing for more than 10 years. Similar to me, I've been designing for more than 10 years. And a lot of these are very easy to implement if you just provide a good prompt. For example, there's like this website has a big image, and I can just visit it and I can copy anything that I want from this website, including navigation, including the style of how the image is located, including of some other elements and stuff like that. I can also go and just copy anything that I like. And the simplest version is to just bring it over to Figma. So if I just wanted to capture the whole page here, I would just bring it all to Figma, and this is not hard. You would just use plugin called HTML to design. This way you can take anything you want and using plugin in Figma, transform it back to Lovable. I will show you in a minute how it's done. There's nothing complicated about it. All you need is this plugin HTML to design. Once you did that, you would want to open Figma, create a new file or whatever. You click plugins here at the top, and you would click manage plugins. Once you click that, you will have the access to all of the plugins in Figma. Just type HTML to design and open it. Once you did that, let's wait for it to load. So what I can do is now just in Figma, I can take any design like this design, and I can copy the code of any element that I want. For this, I would want to just select, double click on anything, and then click on this code icon, choose a plugin, Tailwind, and just copy that. And let's just paste it. So I already pasted that. I also mentioned that I wanted it to be designed in the Apple style. And here's the typography that I've provided, basically this code. And let's see what it comes back with. And here's the result that we've got. I'm going to refresh for you to be able to see the animation. As you can see, this is just the same prompt, and the difference is like night and day. Here we have this beautiful typography. We have now beautiful stuff. The cards are not much more cleaner. We have this section which is much more cleaner. But again, this section look very basic, and the cards are basic as well. So let's find cards that we like here. So let's say I wanted to use this for card styles. Icon must be Apple style. And let's just paste this, shadows and roundness from code above. For contact us section, let's use this design. And since I don't really like this get in touch section, let's actually go ahead and try to find a contact section on this website and see if we can get inspired by that. So let's say we wanted to find a contact us, which is here. Okay, that brings us to another page. Yep, so let's do something else for that. I would just find another website, and this is what I'm going to show you, to take a couple of website designs and turn it into a unified design, which is very valuable skills. If you know how to do that correctly, you will be able to create very beautiful designs combined from a lot of different websites, and this way they will look great and nobody will know that you really took something from somewhere, and this is not illegal because everything is copy of something. So yeah, just follow the step that I'm going to show you. Basically, we'll still on this website, we'll look for something that is pretty similar in terms of the style. For what I'm looking is just something that I like. It doesn't have to be like Apple style, but just something that I think would look great for our photography company. So yeah, let me just scroll through. For example, this one is pretty cool, even though it's okay. I don't have internet. Oh shoot. Oh my. I hope this is recording. This is Loom. So I might think, oh no, I think it does record. I was like, if Loom does not record without internet, that would be not very fun. But yeah, let's get back to the website that I was looking at. I believe that was this one. It has a great image. It's Wobby. It looks like fun. Let's find a contact page. So we'll click company, probably somewhere here. Oh yeah, this website is very nice. Wow, I love that. Let's see if they have contact. Yeah, not. Oh yeah, they have contact. That's great. Oh, I guess it just put the text that I said there. Okay, it doesn't really matter. What you can do is use any of the sections to basically make a contact section. So let's say I go to safety, and I can just copy any sections that I like and say to AI to build a contact us page. So I think this would work probably. Like yeah, let's actually use this section. I think they have pretty cool animation. And let's see. So for this, I'm going to use plugin called Div Magic. I'm not sponsored by them. This is a paid plugin, but I just do like what it can do. I'm gonna copy like this section, and I'm going to go here, and I'm gonna say, and for contact section, use this design. And let's just paste it and see what it comes back with. And here we have updated contact us section. Doesn't look exactly like it is, but it looks way more minimalistic than what it did before. Here's our services section. Very nice as well. I like this hover effect much more now. And just like that, we have this beautiful site. This is just one of the steps. Another way, if you don't want to spend money on the plugin, or if you don't want to do any of those stuff, you can use a Figma community, which is absolutely free thing to find any website. But for now, let's just build about us page using this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can copy the style of the pages. Let's say I wanted to create about us page. Let's actually, I will show you how you can do that very easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this section on the website, on the previous website that we had. So this was this one. And just like that, I can copy this thing. I think this would work very well for the hero section. So, or for the hero section of the about us page. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna use this thing to kind of, okay, so something like this. Create about us page with 5 section. Use this as a hero section. Oh wow, I think it copied too much of the text. So let's just, because you don't really have to give it like a text or anything to build the whole page, the design for the whole page. It will create a nice design. What I can do here, as you can see, it takes this thing. That's why it is a very long code that it cannot do. But if I just remove those stuff and use, oh shoot, it just refreshes the page for some reasons. Now let's try it again. Hopefully it will not refresh the page. Let's try that again. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to go up layer and try to copy that again. Let's go back to Lovable and let's say create about us page with 5 sections. Use this as a hero section. Yeah, now we can do. And let's wait and see what would it create. So it says it created. Let's see what it did. Let's go to the about us page. You see, it didn't really copy the image as we wanted, but that's good because now we can just export this image from Figma. That's what I'm going to do. Obviously, you would want to change the images here. And the way you would do that, you would just copy this. You would go to Perplexity or to whatever AI you're using. I'm going to show you on the example of Recraft. I'm going to create a new plan. They have the free tier. I'm not sponsored by them, so that's why I'm using it sometimes, because it has free tier. And this is just like creates faster than ChatGPT. ChatGPT would probably do the same job or even better, but this just like does it a little bit faster. I'm gonna show you without posing. So I'm gonna say change the images here to a Milan photography. And let's just let's use similarity almost identical. And for the copyright reasons, we just want to change the images. Don't really have to be like something different, like the literally images of Milan, because I choose almost identical, so it probably create like a similar images. But you can see it did use like the style, so the images are quite different. And that's what we're gonna just copy this image to clipboard. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, and did you see like it took me probably like a few seconds to create this image, which was way faster. But yeah, let's go to the About Us page here and let's click Visual Edits. And now we'll just update this image so I can upload a new file. Let me just save this thing. So I'm gonna click Save, JPEG, and name it Milan, Milao, whatever. And now we can just upload it to Lovable. Oh, you can generate images there as well. That's great. And just like that, we've updated the image. Now let's also remove the shadow, because there is some shadows that we don't really need. Let's just click on this image once. And now we can close this. There is some advanced. Yeah, we can remove the shadow here. Or not here. You can prompt AI to remove the shadow, which is the fastest way, but this would work again as well. And we want to move the image a little bit to the left side so it's kind of centered. And that's what I'm going to do as well. Let's click advanced and see what it is that it is actually not in the center. Top. I mean, it's okay anyway. You can obviously move it to the center. But yeah, here's the About Us page, which looks much better if we wanted to ask AI to do that. And this is the simplest way actually to do it. And now let's compare these two versions that we've got. So this is the first version and this is the second version. As you can see, the difference is day and night in terms of what we got, in terms of colors, in terms of hierarchy, the text, everything looks great. We can see different sections. If you look at this section with numbers and this, much better. Same with the portfolio, much more cleaner and much more modern. The services section, again, much more cleaner, much more modern. The custom get in touch section, and obviously the About Us page. So yeah, thank you for watching this lesson. And in the next lesson, I'm going to go over on how to inject videos and how to make this page even more dynamic, even more full of motion, and that will be looking even greater. In this video, I will show you how to take this design and how to turn it into other pages very simply, that the page doesn't look like AI generated. Because if you go to AI and you just basically randomly tell it to build About Us page, it will build very bad result. But once you have something, once you have the starting point in terms of colors, in terms of typography, in terms of how it's going to look like at the beginning, then you can actually ask AI to build out separate pages, to build other separate UI elements. If you're building an app, you can ask AI to follow this design principles to build like a dashboard, to build anything. But yeah, there's just nothing complicated about it. The only thing you have to do is build good starting point, which we've discussed in the previous video of how to achieve these results. But once you have it, all that you need to do is go to your design that you already have and just say whatever you want to say, like build out About Us page, and let's see what it creates. So here's the result that we've got. If I go to the About Us page, I can see that the page is actually looking great. It doesn't look like AI generated purple gradient stuff. It has good typography. We have some padding here that I can very easily adjust. If I click on this, yep, just like that. But other than that, it is actually looking great in terms of what we received. We have beautiful colors, we have beautiful hover effect, and we have beautiful hover effect here as well. So yeah, if you would type something and ask it to create something like this, it would not be able to do that. But now, once we have a good starting point, we don't have to waste time on building separate pages. The same I can do with pricing. I can ask build pricing page, build integration page, build customer page. I can even give some references to make it more interesting. Like, as you can see, this is just one prompt, one shot at. I didn't add any references. I didn't do anything to it. It just created thing like that. This is the benefit of Figma. I'm not sure if Lovable can do the same thing. So if we ask Lovable, build About Us page, how did I ask? Yeah, build About Us page as well, and let's see what it creates. Obviously it will reuse these components, but to make it even better, you can go to Dribble, and there are a few simple things that you can do. You can type, if you're building a separate page, then you can just type that page, and there's a lot of different references that you can reuse. So most of them looking absolutely the same, but there are a few interesting examples that you can actually take and apply to your design. Another way to start strong would be a website library like motionsize.ai. They have specifically lots and lots of landing pages made for Lovable. So for example, I can open this one and I can just click get the remix link here, and I can open it and I can start editing. I can improve it. I can create separate pages. So let me just remix this for my own project. And once I'm here, I have full control over everything that is here. I can create new pages. Let me just show you how it works. As you can see, all of the landing pages here are already optimized for mobile, are already optimized for animations and stuff like that. All of them look great already as a starting point. So in this case, you don't really need to find those references. You don't really need to spend credits to achieve this result. You don't really need to spend a lot of energy and mental toughness on building a starting point. It has already a lot of different sections. So if you wanted to add a new section, let's say add a new section with what kind of section we can add. Let's say we want to add a new section, which would be what kind of sections there is on the websites. Testimonials. They don't have testimonials. Yeah, let's say add a new section with testimonials under, let's say, hero section. And we can just send that and see what it comes back with. Actually, let's change it under the integration section. That would fit better. Let's refresh it and see what it created. As you can see, it says it's already added the 3 testimonials. So we can scroll down and we can see that indeed this section is ready, which is in the style of our app, which is in the style of the design that we wanted, and which is of course optimized for mobile. So this is great. Let's say I wanted to launch a wait list. I could just the same easily type create a waitlist. So if I go here and I will actually use the same template to create a waitlist. And if I go here, you can see that we have the same template, and I just asked it to change it to be a template of a waitlist. And now this is basically a template that took me just a few prompts to create. So I remixed it, and also I removed all sections. I then said that this will be a squeeze page to take their email and give the remix links to the template to them, to the people who sign up here. So change the content, headline, short description, email, and black button that we currently have. Then once they enter email, redirect them to another page that will say thank you and a button with a text remix link. It created there. Then I centered everything. I also added the loadable cloud to collect all emails, so I didn't have to connect any backend. I didn't have to connect like a CRM or something to manage the emails. It created everything. Then I just basically approved, and it actually fixed all the security issues with the emails. And just like that, I have fully working page that I can actually go to the domain, and I can put like an email here. So once I put something, let's put a random email. I click get the access for free, and it will redirect me to the page where I can click and get the remix link to the email. And the email would go to the page, to the cloud itself. So if I click cloud here, I'll have access to all of this email. And to build this landing page took me like a few seconds. In this video, I will be talking about the most important thing in design. Will apply just to generally design, not just AI design, but if you learn how to apply this to what you're doing, you will be 10x better as a developer, as a product manager, as a founder, just by following these 3 simple words. And it is hierarchy, color, and type. This is the basis of any good design, and I think it applies not only just to web, but to stuff in general. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you just by showing you this beautiful minimalistic design and how it differs from something that a noob could create. Let's actually ask Global to create a website for, I don't know, what is it? Create, automate complex processes with ease, empowering your team to work smarter and efficiently, right? Let's just effortless flows and workflows, no code. Yeah, let's just copy this and say, build a landing page for this company. So I'm going to use my app that is CleanShot to basically copy the text. I'm just going to copy the whole text here, and I'm going to say, create a landing page for this site. And I'm just going to send it over and see what it creates. Not sure what it's building. It's been like 7 minutes and it's still editing something. I hope results will be a better website than Apple's, but let's just wait a couple of more minutes and see what it creates. And so this is the result that we've got. As you see, it is as always pretty mediocre, but now let's say improve the few things, hierarchy, color, and type, and let's see what it will create. But while it creates, let's look at the difference between this and something that looks good. The hierarchy is the font sizes of the headline and how it looks like compared to the description. As you can see, that the hierarchy here is very, very obvious. We have big headline, which is way, way bigger than the description, and which is way, way like bigger than the buttons. And the description and buttons are also like different, same spacing between them. Like I think this is like not the same here. So this one is a little bit less than this. So like these are the stuff like the hierarchy, if it can be improved. The font is the second thing. As you can see, we have here the unique font, and here it's like very basic, which just doesn't look great that much. And also the font here doesn't look stand out. It's too big. It is, again, doesn't have enough hierarchy between both of these. And also the second step we said was color. So as you can see, color here is very beautiful. It is very minimalistic. We have some of the shadows here in the background, in the inner shadow. And this is just like gradient, which is very, very old school and doesn't look great again. And the color for the button, we have this beautiful gradient. Compared to this, it is also different because like we have some shadows here, we have different elements here as well, but it is very different from this gradient that is just pretty basic in terms of. So as you can see, it did improve some stuff compared to what we had before. We have now different, it just increased all of those sizes, but it doesn't really look that great as the original design would in terms of how hierarchy works. So again, that's why I suggest always try to bring over the styles from what you're building. Like for example, if I just try to copy the styles now, click this plugin and use this tool and then just click Tailwind, and these are the styles. No boogie images, no gradients. And let's just send it. So now you know what makes a great website great. So the colors are a very important part. Good colors will make or break your website. If your website has a lot of different gradients, if it has like background images, it will break your website. Try to keep stuff as minimalistic as possible. We have this beautiful graphics with this beautiful shadow, which also can be brought up to Figma, to Lovable really easily just by using this plugin. You can bring it over, and right inside of Lovable you can then change the icons. If you're not a designer, making a duplicate of this, making sure that these all are editable. Like for me, it's pretty easy to update. I can just update any of these images in just a few minutes, a few seconds, like just click on that, upload it here, and that's it. But yeah, just like finding the images and stuff of the same style, creating this type of elements would be very difficult for someone who is not a designer. But if you can just copy this and then just use plugin Figma to code. So this is what I'm going to do, like this, plugin Figma to code. And again, this design I found in the Figma community. So if you go to Figma community, you can find a lot of different websites. I've covered this in my YouTube videos. For that, you would just go to community and you would type the style of the website that you like. So for a lot of people, it's Stripe. I like Stripe website. And make sure you're in community and use this search. I hate this when they have two different searches and you should know which one to use. This is weird, but yeah, this is you can just for free copy it. As you can see, 27,000 people use that. The same with Apple. You can just type Apple. Yeah, Figma is like UI UX stuff, but Apple landing. And you can find a lot of different Apple websites. Obviously, Apple has much websites. Some people just use plugin to bring it over. I think they used it to my website, WebFluent, as well in the previous. Yeah, this one. So that's how you do it. And now, as you can see, we have much more cleaner version. Of course, it used wrong phones because it didn't have the ability to connect those phones. But just like that, this is how you basically improve your website very easily with a few simple techniques. Let's try also and bring it over to Figma as well. So I'll use Figma to code as well and just Tailwind again and copy and say use inter font for the whole site, and also add this section under how it works under second section, and let's just send it and see what it comes back with. And here's the result that we've got. As you see, it did bring over the design in the font, and obviously this can be improved. You have to align everything to the center, but this is just, it took me like a one prompt to do. So yeah, use these principles and build beautiful website with AI. Thank you for watching. In this video, I will tell you about the best thing that can improve your websites and how they look and how they convert. It is copywriting. So as you can see, this section, this page is very bad in terms of copywriting. It has very long headline. It has very long description. And if we scroll down, we have a lot of text. But just if you apply a few prompts, and I will show you the exact prompt with the exact details, you can go from that page into something that looks like this with nice and very short headline with memorable words, with making sure that all of your words are causing some emotions in users, making sure that it's very readable, that the grade of level, the reading level is about a 4th grade. And yeah, I'm going to show you all of these techniques that you can use as a designer, as a developer, to improve your websites, how they look like and how they convert users as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Apple website. I believe that this is the best example of not just the design, but also copywriting, also principles of imagery, principle of graphics, how the imagery relates to the text. And I'm going to, based on that, show you all of the examples and all of the principles that you can apply every time to any new website that you're building and get results like these. And there is a simple prompt that I will share with you in this video. So let's start right now by creating a simple website. And by the way, also let's also use the components. So you have the access to this. If you're watching this video, congrats, you have the access to this library. Let's just copy one of the videos and let's just ask Global to build a agency for AI design studio homepage and use this image, this video as a hero background as well. And let's just paste a link. Also add other sections like case studies, benefits, and to see more 5 sections. And let's just see what it creates so we can start working on the copy. Here's the result that we've got. As you can see, it uses some font that I don't really like, but other than that, can be improved, the copy. And let's start from the first thing that I've mentioned, which is readability is extremely high on Apple website, around the 4th grade level. And let's just actually type that. So using everyday language except for a few necessary technical terms. So let's say improve readability, and this is the first thing. The second thing that we can improve here, and looking just from the Apple website, the copy is minimalistic and concise, so mirroring Apple's product design with ultra short headlines. So as you can see that, like, this is the very premium product, so they have to, let's go back to laptops, let's learn more here. These are very premium laptops, and the way that Apple describes this product is mirroring the products themselves. So just like get the highlight, one big powerful family. So when they have like a family of those chips, they say that. Take a closer look, and now you can click through and you can see all the different stuff. They have some technical details, but they are not on the top of the page and stuff like that. So let's just actually also say that, let's go to our website and let's say that the copy is minimalistic, and that, let me find that the copy is minimalistic. Let's just paste that as well. And let's say improvements to the copy. So like there are gonna be a few more, but if you ask Lovable every time to add this to any of your projects, your project will go from looking like this to looking like this just in a few prompts. And of course, design-wise, I'm not touching. There are a few previous lessons that I've touched on how to achieve design like this, and we're going to do one more on the animations and stuff later in this course. But for now, let's just focus on writing the copy itself. And the next point of create Apple website is key benefit are distilled into 3 to 4 words, phrases and short paragraphs with technical details shaped and pushed lower on the page for later lower stage buyers. So if you go here, as you can see, a lot of this stuff are just great benefit stuff, not some details oriented technical details. They are on the page. If I scroll down, you can see that we have some details here, and we have some details even more back down here. So as you can see, there are still technical details, which is very important for a product like this. But even for a product like this, like MacBook computer, they have a lot of benefits that are just like features and not technical details, which is very important. So let's like write that and put it into words. So let's say key benefits are distilled into 3 words, phrases. So a lot of these are divided into different phrases. So it's not just one long paragraph and stuff. It is divided into different paragraphs. So it is same. As you can see, I can scroll down, I can see here, and I will talk a little bit about later how to combine it with imagery, because it is very important to not just have text, but have imagery and graphics that will support what your text is saying. This is actually the next step. But all of that is divided into a few different steps. So let's just say this. Key benefits are distilled into 3 to 4 words, phrases, and short paragraphs with technical detail pushed lower on the page or later stage customers, let's say, because we have agency customers. So as I've said, the next big point of any great website, especially Apple website, is that copy and visuals are tightly integrated. Images, mockups, and interactive graphics directly reinforce the headlines and claims. Everything is interconnected. I think this is self-explanatory. If your website doesn't have good graphics, but use whatever you have, but just try to describe the graphics with the words that you have. Let's say I have this graphic, And ideally, I wanted to describe it. So if I don't have really other graphics, if I have just whatever I have, I should try to match it as close as possible. So yeah, let's say that as well. Um, Combinations are tightly integrated. So this is very important. The next one is custom imagery and logos and user scenarios build credibility and show real world use cases instead of generic stock photos. I think this is self-explanatory. This is not really related to typography, but like combining it with typography will make your website. And this is very important part. As you can see, if they talking about photography, they actually use that. And looking at our website, if I'm talking about use cases or portfolio project, as you can see, I do have them here. So if I talk about some kind of end-to-end creative services, we have the creative icon here. So everything should be very tightly connected. As you can see here, schedule a free call, and I have this icon of a call here. By the way, you can get access to this template inside of the platform. If you go to the what was that? If you go to the templates inside of here, here's the template. You can get the remix link here and try to play around with this. You can change it. You can actually remix it and use it as for your agency. And then you can ask Lovable to create other pages. So they actually create it, but if you need more pages than this, you can ask it to create new pages. That's how I created these pages. I just created the homepage designed wise, built it and designed it in Figma, and then I asked like create a about us page based on that design, and then I asked create a service page based on that design. Obviously, I've added this icon here, but it generally reuses the structure that we already have. So we have these tabs here that are very cool. As you can see, everything is very beautiful. So you can get access to that in the templates tab on the website. And yeah, so let's go to the almost the last point from the Apple website, which is power words tied to desire and credibility. Example, impressive, supercharged, do what you love. And these are actually create emotions and make the product feel aspirational and trustworthy. So as you probably know from Apple website, they use a lot of these big words like new, ultra, ultimate, and like fast and stuff like that. So these are words will actually make you trust more, trust more, and like give you aspirational feelings. So this is very important to add those to your website. I didn't really use that on this website, but let's actually say that and put it into words. So let's say power words tied to desire and credibility. Let's go to our website and say use power words tied to desire and credibility, impressive, supercharged, so what you love, create emotional, and make the product feel aspirational and yet trustworthy. And the last point is this principle can be applied to anyone. Aim for a lower reading level. So let's just summarize this. Aim for a low reading level, extreme brevity, custom visuals, social proof logos, benefits first mentioned, and carefully chosen power words. So let's just send that and see what it creates. And here's the result. As you can see, it looks much better, and it even changed the design once I give all the feedback on copy. It actually go ahead and remove all of those gradients and remove all of those bluish colors that we had. I think this is actually looking pretty good now, except the font. For some reason, it choose to use this font, but other than that, we have much more clear copywriting, and we have much more clear and shorter than we had before. So yeah, let me know if you had any other questions, and thank you for watching. In this video, I will explain to you everything I know about growing on social media. Specifically, it's Twitter, and can be applied the same to Threads, which is you can just repost the same content and it will work as well or even better on X, the same as it does on Twitter. So as you can see, I just repost everything I create 15 hours ago, and I just reposted it on Twitter, and it got about the same amount of like the same post. I just did an A/B test for the background. As you can see, the background of the video is a little bit different, but other than that, it stays the same, and it got the same amount of likes almost. Even Threads does a little bit better compared to Twitter. Maybe the quality of leads on Twitter a little bit higher, but Threads does a little bit better in terms of getting the amount of likes. So the same post again did on Twitter and did the same post on X. 17 likes versus 87. So yeah, but this is, you can do this after you get some traction, after you have some followers. The initial task for you is to reply to as much comments as possible, and I'll give you a number, and again, you have to follow it as much as possible. So it is 50 replies every single day. Might seem a lot, and especially if I tell you that these replies have to be customized. So what would I do is I would use Comet browser, and let me just actually show you. So I would use Comet, I would go to X, and I would find some guys. And by the way, I can give you a list of people. These are the people that I personally follow, and they're just like inspiration for me. So what you can do is go to Twitter, and let's say this, you can just follow all of them. And then once you like someone, so let's say, so in X browser, you have the ability to open Assistant, and then just you can select this text as this, and then just say, write a 1-sentence response. And I also have a simple prompt that I called ADHD, writing in an ADHD-friendly way, so even a person with ADHD can easily follow along and understand. Basically, what it does is just allows to write a simple response that doesn't look like AI. So love this, fresh your section every day. Sounds a little bit AI-ish, so don't copy the first prompt. Keep on shipping one simple, clean idea at a time. And you can just reply using this and just send it like this. And just do 50 of these a day. Don't try to post a lot on your profile. Just post one high quality post a day, or like once every second day, because a lot of people don't even follow you, so they will probably not see your post. Don't be one of those people who posts like tons of posts and nobody watching that. That doesn't really make much sense. So yeah, just post once a day, once every second day, and just reply to a lot of comments that are related to where you're trying to grow. Again, here, you can just copy the same prompt and just do the same thing. And just 50 is not that much, but this will allow you to grow to your first 500 followers. Remember, this is the first step that allows you to go from 0 to 500 followers, which is being a reply guy, leaving 50 comments a day, and engaging with other more than you post. This is very important. Then once you have your first 500 followers, then you have to go to giveaway stage. So like a lot of people are actually doing this on Twitter, and this is a very good practice to grow. I did the same when I was growing. So if I go to my like most recent, most viral post to see that, I'll just go to from new window, and I can see that I can scroll down and see which posts get a lot of views. So as you can see, comment AI and follow to get a full guide. This got 330,000 views, 3,000 likes, 2,000 comments, and this probably got me like 1,000 subscribers. Just a single post that went viral got me 1,000 subscribers. Doesn't really matter what you do, whether you give away just information. Basically, I just gave away a YouTube video, and it got me 3,000 likes and 1,000 followers. You can give away full guides. You can give away the template that I will show you how to do. Just single template can get you like 20,000 views and stuff like that. You can just create and give away. Don't try to do it past 3,000 followers, since like that way you can get a lot of negative attention in that way if you don't really provide. Because if you have more than 3,000 followers and if you try to give away something and then DM everybody, this will be literally not possible for you to do. Like, let's say 400 followers, I got 400 comments, and it will be very hard for me to send a link to everybody. But if you do not do that, and if you do it consistently, send a giveaway and then just do not provide what you promised, you can get banned. But yeah, under 3,000 followers, you usually would have enough time to just reply to everybody and send a link to whatever you promised. But that is a strategy to grow from 500 to about 3,000 followers. So do giveaway and lead magnets. It's either product, service, or information. Just 3 different things that you can do in order to grow your profile on Twitter. After that, the stage which I am in is actually using Twitter Hunter. So if you seeing my screen, you see the Twitter Hunter here, and it is active on Chrome. Yeah, these are the links to the people that I follow regarding the design wise, so you can just go and follow them. But yeah, so Twitter Hunter is this app that is on the side here, and the strategy here to get to 10,000 followers, which I'm currently doing, is to actually download Twitter Hunter and analyze the most viral posts of people in your niche, then replicate them. And I will show you a specific example. So let's say this post that I just got yesterday, it got already 4,000 views, and this is nothing original. I will show you the exact post that I copied it from. So there is this design profile. I'm sure a lot of you know about this guy if you're in the design sphere. So I just accidentally found his Twitter profile, and then through this plugin, which I'm not sponsored, I can see his most viral tweets. So the most viral is worry about money, boys, work hard, you will get hair later. So like Paul Duro and Elon Musk got their hair back once they got rich. Doesn't really apply to design, so I didn't replicate that. But once I scroll a little bit down, there is a post that here's my secret to creating stunning gradients, which is this one. And scrolling even a little bit more down, wait, let me just go back to his profile. Okay, so here's my secret to creating high quality gradients. It got 300,000 views, and it basically, so I just found it like that by the same logic that I found you. And once I replicate this, I got this one. So instead of gradients, I applied it to my niche, which is actually, here's my secret to creating stunning websites with Gemini 3.0 and Lovable. So as you can see, it is very similar. Here's my secret to creating stunning gradients. Layer blur, the most underrated feature. I use it in almost every design. Background videos, the most underrated move. I use it in almost every website. And the final one, start using it and you'll definitely see an improvement in your designs, and then start using them and you'll definitely see an improvement in your websites. So the same logic, and just as you can see in the last 5 minutes, it got 5 more likes. If you notice in the beginning of this video, it was just 50 likes and now it's 55. So it's getting some traction, and it will get probably to 100 likes very soon. So it's just simple tactic that you can apply to remix any post. Let's just actually do one live right now. So I'll just go to the Twitter, and I'm gonna go and find some people that I think are good in design niche. So let's say this guy, it seems like he's in design niche, and one of his popular, anybody wants to replace the sofa. And let's see what it means. Hey, there is a type on your website. Don't really understand how to replicate that. So let's say don't miss this, I'm giving away 6 my hero designs. This is pretty cool. I can definitely do that for one of my giveaways. So I'm just gonna copy that and put into my X folder. So I have an X folder that I copy all of my stuff here. I have a lot of hero sections that I'm working on, so I can do that lately. And then just let's go and see some other posts that he created. Maybe tried using the strip design for glasses. Yeah, something like that could work. Again, let's just see some other people that are in the design niche that are pretty good at what they do. So just scrolling down, see this guy is also pretty popular on Twitter. Let's see what he has. Isometric animation, hit just differently. This is most popular font. Yeah, so you can just replicate that. We can say gradient, liquid glass website, just hit differently and stuff like that. So just copy that and then just idea, let's say liquid glass website on websites just hits differently, just stuff like that. And then create a graphic or create a post that is like similar to that. And this will actually allow you to get to 10,000 followers very easily. And then after 10,000, I'm not unfortunately at that stage, but it's just experimenting. And with the content below 10,000 followers, you're big enough for your content to go viral, but not big enough for people to really care about you. Perfect time for experiments. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, the tactic to grow on Twitter, and you can just replicate the exact post on Threads, just repost it, and you'll start growing on Threads as well. And do the same for LinkedIn. Just do these 3 platforms and post on them consistently, and then just always put some kind of a lead magnet under that. For me, it's my course. For you, it will be most likely the link to your website. So I show you previously the agency website that you can have access to. So people can book a call here, they can click schedule meeting, and they will fill this form, and you will get a notification to whatever you connect it to. If you connect it to a email, that it will send to your email always. I connected it to Discord, so whenever I get the information here, I get it to Discord. So you can just search on Google webhook to Discord. So it just sends to make.com webhook to Discord. The logic is behind this. From this one, I send webhook to make.com, and make.com sends the notification to Discord. This is the strategy. I think there is better ways to do this. Now Lovable has the cloud, so I assume you can even simplify even more of that, but I'll be covering probably that in the next videos as well. But other than that, once you have this, you can just send a link to your website, something like this, book a call directly with me, like this guy does it, and I assume this works if a lot of people do this. But yeah, so just do it and start growing your Twitter, start growing your LinkedIn and Threads, and thank you for watching.